Amazing, amazing. I'm pretty sure most people are currently not online, and I am just going to make this video public so I see if there are people going to watch this at this moment. I'm also going to raise my voice, so I'm bringing this public, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, we should be live to the public. I'm trying to change my device actually so that I can, perfect the video quality. You can see that it's keep a little bit, so this is what I'm currently working on. So when I get this, we should be set to having our live concurrently, and it should be something that we should be looking out to. So what is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Palito's Technology. If you are new to this channel, kindly use the subscribe button. Kindly click on the subscribe button. Turn off all notification, as when I upload any video on this channel, you get notified about any new engagement, any new video at all that I'm going to be uploading. Right, so if you're also new to this channel and you're wondering what do we do on this channel, so let me give you a short bow of mine. Right, my name is Aziz Oebowale. I'm a technical consultant and a software engineer. So I've been a software engineer for over 8 years right now, right, and a technical consultant for an ERP firm. So for those that don't know what ERP is basically enterprise resource planning application. These applications small or large businesses use, to manage their whole businesses. So when I say manage their whole businesses, managing from the accounting part of their business down to the procurement, down to the sales, down to all activities, HR processes, payroll, everything that enhances or that makes up that business. Instead of you having different applications that solve different problems, you now have a central application which is called Business Central that manages all your business activities and giving you real-time reporting. So in this series we are going to be working on a journey to becoming a technical consultant for an ERP organization. So I am going to be uploading, or we are going to be looking at the step-by-step guide on how to become a proficient technical consultant just like me. So in case you've not followed me on my social medias, right, follow me on Instagram on Palito City, and follow me on TikTok on Palito City, follow me on Twitter Palito City. So the Palito City is spelled PALITOCITY, Palito City. This is my handle on my social media, and you'll learn a lot from me, and I believe that's basically it. So let's move into today's video, which is basically introduction to being a technical consultant, as I have given a little or a short overview on what you should be expecting as a technical consultant, and what environment you can find yourself. And I think I forgot to mention that the opportunity that awaits you actually as a technical consultant. So this is a field that is not really that big. When I mean that big, I mean that so many people are not yet in this field, as it takes resilience, it takes it's unlike the occasional languages like web development, maybe your JavaScript, languages like that. This is more like we call it a cultist kind of environment, whereby resources to be used to equip yourself are not really there for you to build yourself. So you need someone like me, someone like other professionals that is also helping so many people like this, right, to give you hands-on experience, knowledge, and give you tips on why and what to use, depending on the kind of scenario or problem you're trying to solve, right? So basically, Business Central, like I said earlier, it's an application that helps enhance business processes, and mostly why people prefer Business Central is because at the end of the day, it also gives a financial reporting to a business activity at the end of any period stated. So you can see that it is very beautiful, and you don't need to worry, or you don't need to bother yourself in some areas that could have been done using other application. So just using Business Central, you are able to manage your finances, you are able to manage your employee, you are able to manage what you buy, you are able to see cash flow, how cash is actually flowing in your business. You are able to track your bank transactions. You're able to track your expenses. With this, you have what we call chart of accounts. With the chart of accounts, you are able to see your whole account in a bigger picture and see what was expensed, what was how transaction actually flow throughout the course of your business operation, right? And so this is why businesses like Amazon, businesses like let's see, the bigger boys in the businesses, and even the smaller guys that are looking to scale up, probably the ERP software they are making use of, like I don't want to make mention, right, cannot cater for their business processes again. That is because they have actually scaled up to a specific point whereby the ERP application they are using can't handle those processes anymore. So this is why when you break them into applications, ERP applications like the Business Central, whereby it can manage the whole process, and can also still scale up depending on how the business is moving. So like I said, I want to take you into what to do, how to get started being a technical consultant on this ERP application. Alright, so I'm going to be sharing my browser, and so we need to get started by accessing resource called Microsoft Learn. So Business Central is an application under the Microsoft. Microsoft manages Business Central application, and we have two models. We have the on-prem, and we have the cloud, which is the SaaS, which is managed by Microsoft itself. So this gives businesses flexibility. It gives them option to choose. There are some businesses that want to be able to manage their own resources. Business Central also provide that flexibility for them to have their Business Central hosted on their own server, or they can choose to make use of the cloud, so that Microsoft themselves manages the hardware resources. Alright, so I have shared this link on the description. As you can see, this is the Microsoft link to get started with AL. So I forgot to mention, as a technical consultant, you are actually dealing with the back end. So it is important for you as a technical person to understand how the functions of the ERP works. But behind the scene, the ERP application works with a language called AL, application language. So we are going to be seeing more of application language moving forward. This is more like an introduction video to getting started as a technical consultant. So this same video will be referenced when we are walking through the journey of building reporting, as the title must have narrated, right? Because we have two parts, and there are some functional consultants that already knows the functional part, but they want to start their journey being a technical person. So is for a good start, they can start by building reports, right? So building reports would then make them transition into actually creating customizations for the ERP application. So I think reports is pretty much easy and simple to do when you have somebody that have that vast understanding on how to break down those processes in order for you to understand basically. Alright, so let's get started. So I'll leave you to the readings of this, but in order for us to get started coding or developing in AL language, we would need to do some certain things, right? So you can see these are the steps to set up a sandbox. We all know that so many environments or so many languages deals with sandbox. Sandbox is just an environment you can play with. So you need to create an account with Microsoft Business Central and create a sandbox environment that you can lay your hands to for development. So I'm just going to navigate down to this section, as this is the most important section for this video, for this part, right? So this highlights the list of things that we need to get started. The first one is to sign up with Microsoft Business Central. The second one is to download Visual Studio Code, and the third step is to install the extension on your Visual Studio Code. And these are just the steps in creating a basic file or application using AL language. So let's get started with the first one. I'm just going to right click and move to the tab. So this tab shows you so I'm going to actually copy this link so that I can open in an incognito, because I already have some environment registered and I don't want them to interfere with each other. So I'm just going to click next. As you can see, pick the square that shows two identity objects. So as I can see, that is it, verified. So you can see that the next screen I see here for the get started is it's asking or it's requesting that I provide an email account, and for this email account I can't use these commercial emails like gmail.com, at yahoo.com. I can't make use of that, but I can use a custom email, maybe at your domain.com, or you can just get free domains online to register to create an email account. So I could use mine as let's say system admin at palitocity.com. So I think my domain is expired, but let's see if it takes it, because I feel like it's going to scan through for the email accounts. So you can see that the next screen we are seeing here is it's asking what kind of email is systemadmin at palitocity.com. So I can say it's my personal email, so I got this from my organization. Then I can click next. Then you will need to fill in all of this information. So when you're done with this information, you next. It brings another dialog to confirm some certain personal information, and then when you're done, you confirm. It shows an overview of your details, and you confirm it. So once this is done, right, you own an environment, because I already own an environment, and obviously I don't have this email address, and I just wanted to demonstrate that, after you must have verified this, they send a confirmation to this email, and then there will be some back and forth by copying some things down here to verify that it's actually real. So after you must have done this, right, so we can go back to the other one, which says we can download Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to right click on this. If you don't have it installed already, you just go ahead and download it. So once you download, you go ahead and also install this. I already have Visual Studio Code installed on my system, so I don't need to do that again. So once you have installed this, so we'll move to the step 3, which says that AL extension. So we now need to install AL extension so that our Visual Studio Code can recognize that we are working with AL language, and it knows how to interpret or how to structure our documents moving forward, right? So I want you to pay attention or pay attentive to this information, as we are going to be needing it in the next video or in the next live, where I'm going to be showing you how to go about the rest of the information, right? So I'll assume that you have already downloaded your Visual Studio and you've installed it on your machine. So I'm going to now show you how you can download AL extension on your system. So I'll just move back to my Visual Studio Code, right? So just in case you are wondering, how is all these things done, and it's not a magic. You just need to follow the steps, follow through all of the steps mentioned here. And if you have any issue or concern, just drop a comment below. I will be willing to help. I'll be willing to look into the concerns or issue. Alright, so we've spent 18 minutes, so let's continue. I'm going to be sharing my screen. So you're going to have this kind of environment, right? So all you need to do is you want to go into extension. You can see this icon, extension, and mind you, this navigation is going to be by your left. It's only weird people like me that chooses to move this to my right hand side. So you should be able to see it on your left hand side, and this is the icon, right? Extension. You want to click on that, and you want to type AL. After you must have typed AL, so I want to say AL language. So you are going to see this extension, AL language extension for Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. So you are going to be seeing the latest version. All you need to do is to click on install to install it. You can see I already have this installed. I just need to update because there's a newer version, right? So not just this, you will see that I also have a couple of extension that was also installed. So you want to also look for an extension called AL pack. So I just want to look for all-in-one AL. So A to Z AL to AL code outline. So this is also very important for you to install. So once this has been installed successfully, you want to be able to create a new project, and that brings us to the fourth step. So when you come here, you see this is, you will need to use the Ctrl+Shift+P to open the user settings window, right? Then select Ctrl+A and highlight after. Okay, so I'm just going to explain all of this to you. So on my keyboard, I'm going to be clicking on Ctrl+Shift+P, and it's going to give me this dialog, and I'm going to be searching for AL Go. So as you can see, AL Go. So what this does is that when I want to create a new project, all I need to do is to click on AL Go.